time. All right, appreciate you being here. Hope you guys had a great day. We have several things that we're going to do in today's Granite Way PD. We're sharing some of the information from the Granite Way PD, which is tied in with classroom management. We have our PLC members who attended the PLC conference. We received some great information. We're going to have them share some of that information with us on how we can strengthen our PLCs. We have our AVID teachers, and several of our teachers will be presenting some strategies. All of this comes together as part of classroom management practices to help us become better, and then that's what the goal is. So before that though, we will turn some time over to Christina from Keys to Success, and she's going to share some information with us.
How are you guys doing today? Okay, so first of all, do you want me to start off with the good news? Yeah. All right. Okay, so today in the faculty meeting, we brought your faculty and staff booklet. So does everyone know what these are? Yeah. So we have like some free Arby's, some free Waffle Love, the 2 oil changes, and a bunch of other discounts and coupons. So they're going to be putting them in your, what did you say? In your boxes. So after this, you guys probably can pick them up tomorrow. So you have these to look forward to. But I'm also here because we want to tell you about some changes that Keys to Success is going through this year. So just to start off, I'll go super quick. Okay, so the main thing, last year we had a lot of focus groups with the students, and we asked them what they liked most about Keys to Success because we wanted to have a little bit more focus. So the 2 things that they told us that they valued the most from us was the scholarships and the prizes that they received from the teachers. So we said, okay, fair enough, we're going to listen to you and we're going to focus a little bit more on that. So from that, and then also another thing, as many of you know, we originally started with Kangar. And as you can tell, like back in the days, our logo even had the little keys and the Kangar logo. But we became a nonprofit organization, but we never changed the logo. But this year that we're going through the new transition, we've officially became the new Keys to Success. Kangar is still a big sponsor of us, but we became the new Keys to Success. So this is the new logo that we have. Oh, so this one right there, that's the new Keys to Success. There we go. And then the other biggest thing that we did this year is we came up with an app. It's called the Keys to Success app. In the app, the students can redeem their key cards. We have a lot of different scholarships. So we have the scholarships that we offer to the schools. Plus, we've partnered with the other universities like UVU, Utah State, University of Utah, and they're all going to put their different scholarships on here so the students can apply for the scholarships on the app. So when they log in, it's going to ask them like, hey, do you know what you're interested in? And if they don't, it can have them take a little test. And then it's going to say like, oh, so it looks like you're interested in cosmetology, nursing, welding, all these different stuff. And whatever they're interested in, it's going to pair them up with those different scholarships, and it's going to tell them this is available for you. And also we have a lot of different businesses and organizations that are offering internships for the students, and it's going to be on the app as well. So something different that we're doing is if they apply for the internship or for the scholarship, the students will be able to get points on the app. And on the app, they'll also be able to redeem more points. We're still going to have it for you as teachers to give the key cards to the students to redeem the prizes. But we're adding the aspect that if they apply for scholarships and internships on the app, they'll also be able to earn points that way. So that's something different that we're doing this year. And in the app, we also have a lot of different stuff like ACT prep, financial aid hub, different stuff like that. So this is kind of what it's a little bit off because of the presentation, but this is what it looks like. They'll be able to log in, and then, play. Is that a video? Will it play? Yeah.
Which one?
This one? That one right there? That should be a video that
demo.
This, like the slide before. This one?
Yeah,
Will that play?
Demo.
No? Yeah.
You're not in presentation?
Yeah.
Yes.
students
You can
just...
send it to me and I'll send it out.
Okay, perfect. The students are just going to log in, put their username, their high school, and all that different information so I can pair them up with scholarship. And that's how it works. But like I said, we're not taking away the teacher aspect of it. We still know that that's the most important part. So you as teachers can still utilize the program to give out key cards. Is there any new teachers this year that don't know what Keys to Success is or that haven't used it? Everyone knows? Okay, perfect. Oh, okay, perfect. There's a few that haven't. Is there a teacher that really loves Keys to Success here that wouldn't mind sharing? No one? No? Okay, can you tell them how they can use it or Keys to Success is? Coming from a teacher perspective?
I love it. I always try to find some way to look at how they improve. So whether it was like maybe from their midterms and their final grade or a test improvement or maybe they got all their credits in or you're working with a kid who has a tardy problem and maybe you're really seeing an improvement in your attendance or tardies. You can always find a way to give them a little recognition for working hard and improving academically or behaviorally as well. And the kids love it. They love to go on and pick their prizes, and they, who doesn't feel good about getting a reward and someone noticing that they've been working hard for something. So it's great.
So pretty much, if you're a new teacher, we have something here called Keys to Success. And if there's a student in your classroom that you want to recognize or set a goal with, you can set a goal with them with a reward concept card that looks like this. Or if you notice they already did something good, fill it out and say, this student showed up to class every day this week and they typically don't. Or this student got 100% on their test and I want to reward them. Then you turn it into Samantha Gunther, and she's not here. But she'll activate a little card, and then that card is pretty much a code that lets the student go to our website or app and pick whatever prize they want. We have Chick-fil-A, Costa Vida, Wendy's, Boondocks, ski passes, a bunch of different stuff, and the students can all pick their prize from that. So it's pretty much a tool for you as teachers to use to motivate the students. So it's something free that you can use to reward them. So that's pretty much what she gets.
I just want to make sure I have this correct. So, where do I get this first thing?
Okay.
The contract thing. Where do I get that?
Samantha Gunther has them, but she is on maternity leave. Is there someone that you have this?
So I have all of those. So I have the cards. So if you'd like them, let me know. And then when you fill them out, you can also just return them to me, and I'll give you the key cards back.
Yep.
So.
Well, didn't they have the, on the, shared drive, you can
Thank you.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I have it correct. So I get that from fill that thing out like, hello, yes, this student was good. And then I give that back to her. And then I get what?
Yeah, she's going to give you a card that you can give to the student, and then that student can go to our website, pick their prize.
They usually have an envelope with their name on it.
Got it. Okay, that's what I didn't get. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Can you tell us how often it's refreshed? A lot of my kids, especially towards the end of the year, get frustrated because there's nothing that they want on
Yeah.
there.
So actually, this year it's different. So let me show you, so you can see what prizes are available. I don't know if you guys will be able to see.
So are they updating it through the year?
Yeah. Right now, pretty much all of our prizes are up on there. So if they go on there, they can go pick whatever prize they want. So this year it's a little bit different. So they'll be able to get their prizes.
All through the year though? Because usually by May, it's like it's depleted and there's like
No,
a haircut at Bob's or something left. And they're like, I don't want a haircut at Bob's.
No, yeah, they're available all throughout the year. We've done it. So in the past, it was okay if we have 2,000 Chick-fil-A, and if they all redeem August through September, they're gone. But now it's like there's 20 Chick-fil-A a day. They redeem every single day at midnight. There's so that's how it works. Yep. But that being said, if these kids go at the beginning of the day, then they will be available at noon. So tell them to check early. Any other questions? Good? Okay. That's all that I have for you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Ricky. Okay, we will first hear from Tim Munt. He's going to talk to us a little bit about the mentorship that we've started and some information related to that.
now? I'll hold it like this then. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the Granger High School Mentoring Program that all of us are going to take part in and exactly how it's going to work. I've talked about it previously. I'm going to talk about it today, and then next Tuesday will be the official rollout of the massive spreadsheet that we're going to use on this, but I'm going to go over it today to make sure that we're all on board, we all know what's going on. Okay, so first of all, the goal of the mentoring program. I mean, the bottom line is we're trying to help folks graduate. Okay, I'll go to that first. But really what I loved about it as a teacher last year, and what I see really as valuable, it is that opportunity to create a relationship that's different than just student-teacher. You are now mentor and student. And give that student a place where they know this is somebody who's going to hold me accountable, but also go to bat for me and help me. Okay, so it's kind of that dual role of you're going to be really hard on this student because you want them to reach the goals that you talk about, and you're going to hold them accountable for it, but you're also going to be there to guide them and help them along their way. So we're creating opportunities for those positive relationships, and students understand that they have an adult who's on their side. That doesn't mean you let them get away with stuff. In fact, it means you're there to push them to get to their goals. What does it look like this year? And I've talked about it previously, but each teacher is going to mentor 2 students. One will be an at-risk senior. And I have a list that I'll show you here in a second, but I've already got a list that I'm going to send out to you on a link next Tuesday. Okay? And many of you have already chosen a senior. If that's the case and you've sent it to me, I've already put you on that spreadsheet. Okay? If you haven't chosen one, you will choose one from that list. Or if you happen to think, well, this is a senior, they're not on the list for some reason, reach out to me and we'll see why they aren't. And we'll see if they'd be a good fit for that. Each teacher will then choose one other student. That can be another at-risk senior. Or it could be a freshman in your class, a sophomore, a junior, a senior who's not at risk, but you want to help them make sure they're getting to their goals. Okay, so the one is an at-risk senior, the other can be at risk, but also could be, you know, they need a mentor because they've got big goals and I want to make sure they get to them. Okay? Additional staff members may mentor students, they just need to reach out to me, but all teachers, our expectation would be all teachers have 2 students that they're mentoring. There's no paperwork to turn in, okay? However, the massive spreadsheet that I'm talking about will be something you fill out, okay? And it's not something you have to update all the time, but when you meet with the student, good to go on there, make a note. It's for really dual purpose. First of all, to help keep track for yourself, well, what have I talked about? And then also, we want this to be kind of a collaborative process. We're not, each student who's an at-risk senior, you know, having a mentor's big, but then also kind of having a place where teachers can go and see, well, I'm working with this student, they're not who I'm mentoring, but I want to make sure they get to graduation, they can help out. Okay, so how do you choose a student mentor? As I mentioned already, you're going to get a spreadsheet, and Michelle, if you wouldn't mind just showing that, and I'm just going to show you it briefly so you see it. I'm going to go over what the headings are on it, and it may be adjusted, but anyway, it's already going to be populated like this. If you'll just go to the right, Michelle. And you'll notice these are all the things. Let me go over what's up there, because it's a lot. Okay, and I don't want it to be overwhelming, but I do want us to, you know, the information that makes sense to have on there. Student number, grade, mentor, counselor, credits earned, credits needed, GPA, CPA, whether they pass the civics test or not, because they need to do that. Plan for recovering credits, and I'll talk about that in a second. In-school success, that basically means are they in credit recovery class, yes or no. Personal students' goals. So when you talk to them, what are their goals? Of course, they have goals to graduate, but especially when we're talking about freshman, sophomore, what goals are you working on making sure that they're able to get to? And then I've got a spot for the candy bar goal, Lancer Pride Card goal, and Keys to Success goal. I thought this would be a great place. You know, you're working with these students, let's have a little carrot in front of them to get to. If they reach this goal, you're going to plan on giving them a Lancer Pride Card. If they reach this other goal, you plan on giving them a Keys to Success card. And then for each student, administration will provide a candy bar. So you can also have a goal and just come see me for that candy bar to provide for that student when they reach that goal. But let's set some goals with them. and work with them to make sure they reach them so that we can reward them. There's a spot for home contact and notes, counselor meeting, and meeting dates. And basically, this is just for you to keep track of, when have I met with them? What did I talk about with their counselor? I don't want you to think that the whole reason I'm doing this is just so that we're able to work together, as well as you know what you've done, so you don't have to, remember everything. Okay, so if you go back to the slideshow, please, Michelle. Thanks. And then the one other student. So all students are going to go on there. Right now, it's just seniors and then any other students who teachers have sent me. Okay, how do I work with my students' counselors? And I'm going to go over this first because I know last year when I did this, I wanted to play the role of counselor. That's not what this is about, okay? Counselors have plans with those students. Credit recovery plans, all sorts of different plans. So it's really important that we reach out to the counselors and talk to them, whether that be an email or a quick meeting with them, okay? And that's why I said that. You're not the students' counselors, you are the students' mentor, okay? Look at their PTG, okay? And see what it says, but make sure, don't assume because they failed biology first quarter of freshman year that they have to do a packet for that. There may be a different plan that's been set out with that counselor. Okay, bless you.
Where do we get the PTG, or can we access it somewhere?
Progress, the PTG, one place to find it is if you go to student profile on the dashboard, student profile, and you look up the student, there's a place that says generate PTG. And once again, when you've generated that, don't play the role of counselor, but it's good to get a good idea of, does this student really need, how much help does this student need? Also a good place to look as you're choosing a student to figure out how many deficient credits they are, and to get some of the other info. And I'll just reemphasize, the student's plan may be different than simply credit recovery. Counselors have worked on plans, let's work with them to help them for the students to achieve those plans. Okay? Now that I've chosen a student to mentor, what do? I've already kind of gone through that list of things that I have on the spreadsheet. It's here as well. On Tuesday, when I send out the actual spreadsheet, I'll also send this in kind of a listed form. So everybody makes sure they're on the same page, and if you don't understand what I'm talking about today, there's a written form of it, and you can obviously come talk to me. Then work with the student, okay? This is not a, hey, I'm gonna not tell you I'm your mentor, but I'm gonna be watching you. This is, hey, I'm your mentor. I'm here to work with you. I'm here to help you. So be very obvious with that student. Be very deliberate. This is what I'm here for, okay? I'm here to help you be successful to get to your goals, which one of them, if you're an at-risk senior, is graduating high school, okay? Meet with them as often as you feel necessary. Fill out and update the shared Google Sheet. I don't want this to feel like something extra, even though it is, I understand that. I want these to be relationships that you develop as a mentor that hopefully help you feel better about the teaching experience rather than feeling like more. And if that's not the case, let me know and we'll try to figure something different out. Celebrate their successes, big and small, and when they accomplish their goals. Let's celebrate. Okay. Benefits of the Google Sheet, my hope is, tracking what we've done, collaborating, getting information about current students you have, maybe to help them get to the goal. And then one other thing I want to point out is, don't be scared to go to Mr. Bernard if they're working on credit recovery and setting a goal. Hey, you have a lot of credits that you need to make up. You need to be in credit recovery after school. Go for the next 2 weeks. And he is okay with you sending him an email saying, hey, has this student been there the last 2 weeks? And him saying yes or no, and maybe that be one of your goals with that student.
Yes.
Yes. So Mr. Bernard runs school success and credit recovery along with Mr. Broxham after school. And so that's when we're dealing with at-risk seniors, good people to have in the loop and work with as well. As it says here, working collaboratively. Okay, so in summary and moving forward, and then if you have any questions, if you've already chosen a student or students, email me to be added to the Google Sheet before I roll it out next Tuesday. If you want to wait until I put it up next Tuesday, that's fine. You'll then just be able to add it right onto the Google Sheet. Next Tuesday, I'm gonna email the link out so that you all have it, okay? And you're gonna fill that out as much as possible moving forward. I'll keep talking about this and we'll see how it's going, see what we need to do different. But the biggest thing is, and what I think of this program, is it's just a way to help our Lancers graduate, to help our seniors graduate, and help some others really set goals and go towards them and reach them. And one other thing I want to say is, so we're working collaboratively with the counselors. If it's a special ed student, working with their file holder would be a good person to reach out to. Let's work collaboratively on it. Okay, any questions?
How many mentors can a student have?
So my hope, I want really one.
One per student.
Yes. So if the person is already selected on the sheet, or if you email me, I'll say, hey, now, does that mean you can't check up on them? No. And in fact, you can check up on them and even use the Google Sheet to say, okay, well, I'm gonna kind of keep track of you still. Okay, but officially saying, hey, I'm your mentor, I want each student to have this one. Well, that's the plan, is to have one for each student.
Part of the, we'll have our results for graduation in the beginning of December. But part of the increase in our graduation rate was due to so many people mentoring students last year. And it makes a difference. If you think there's 150 of us, and we're each picking up a senior who perhaps struggles, and we get them to the finish line and we work with them, you know what, we see great success in that. So what Tim has added to this is great. So we take it upon ourselves to get that one kid and start working with another one.
So you want the individual teacher to chase down all that information and fill it out on the Google Sheet?
Well, from the from the PTG. So, and maybe next Tuesday I'll go over specifically, I'll show you how to get the PTG. Almost all that information is on that PTG. The information that can be, you know, readily found. Okay? I'm also not, the Google Sheet is less for me to track down every teacher who's missed a box on the Google Sheet. It's a place where we can put information I thought would be helpful for you as well as collaborative. So the PTG has several of those pieces of information. The rest are things that we kind of do along the way as we talk with them and work with them. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to, first of all, I just want to read this as we've discussed it in other meetings. Granger High School will provide rigorous and meaningful instruction that leads to graduation and college and career readiness for all students. Our mission is this, and it continues to be, as we work within our instruction, as we work in our classrooms with our instruction to